Welcome to the show, Nadine Coyle. How are you?
I'm good.
You've had a busy old week, haven't you, this week?
Yes, it's been really, really busy. Loads of promotion. But it's good to be back and you kind of get to see everybody that I haven't seen for a while.
And last night you did GAY. What time did you end up going on?
We went on at about 2 o'clock this morning, 2 a.m.
Oh, you look great for it.
I don't feel... I think it's one of those kind of surreal. I'm like, oh, still just keeping going.
Have you had any sleep yet?
A little bit.
A little bit of sleep, OK. All right, so how are you enjoying being solo, then?
I think it's really good. It's different. It's very calm, but it's enjoyable.
It's very...
Calm.
Calm, yeah, calm.
Are you still looking over your shoulder for the other girls? Because it must be weird, especially being on stage, suddenly not having them there.
It is at the beginning in interviews and stuff, you know, when someone's asking you a question and you kind of sit there and you assume someone's going to jump in and start talking and nobody does, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's me. But it's good. And then the live band that we've got, there's like 12, 13 people there. So I've got a whole load of backing singers and people that kind of keep me company on the stage.
I'm being told in my ear it was the first time you all performed together live a thing. Is that right? Or,
yes, we done Paul O'Grady on Friday night, and then we done last night the proper live show. It was a whole big deal, and it was really good.
Is that you from last night there?
Yes.
Oh, what a great outfit. It's beautiful.
What a horrific facial.
So when you perform, though, I know Lisa just said, what would you prefer being? But do you prefer performing on your own, or do you prefer performing with 5 of you?
Well, I prefer performing with the 14 of us. There's 14 now on stage, so there's just a load of stuff going on.
Right.
And then when it's with the girls, there's loads of dance routines and dancers and stuff like that. So it's different. It's a nice change.
Are you touring? I've actually got an email here from Alex who said, no, it's from, I can't find it now. From Claire, who says, are there any plans for a tour of the new album? Are you touring this?
Not touring it yet. We're just kind of doing that. We've literally just started. We've been rehearsing all week. So we could tour, but we're just doing the album church show and just doing a few different, select performances, and then we'll see.
And what about your video? Because didn't it have to be sent back because it was a bit too raunchy or something?
That's what people keep saying that. No, why it had to be sent back was because I wanted it to be cut really fast, and the whole insatiable thing, the chorus really moving. And then when that came back and it was moving really fast, they said it's too dangerous for people with epilepsy or stuff like that. Light sensitivity, the strobe, the flickering.
Right.
So I had to slow it way down, and that was that.
Well, we've actually got the video here. Your shoes are, the heels, I don't know how you walk in them. Here we go. Let's have a look.
When I'm beside your arms, this racing in my heart, I'll never come to harm with you here. 'Cause I can never get enough of you, and every little thing you do, you're insatiable. It's like, whoa, who knew that I had so much more to give? I didn't know this could exist. You're insatiable.
Cool, when's that out?
That's out this week.
What are you laughing at?
Because you're like this. Like, because of the legs, you look amazing.
Oh,
and
no.
I thought I might have to do that to you.
Your legs aren't very long. Congratulations. or should I congratulate your parents?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
maybe.
Either way. Now, I feel under pressure to ask you. I've got to ask you about you and Girls Aloud falling out because it's in all the papers. Which one do you hate most? No, because I haven't decided who I am yet. Team Nadine, Team Sarah, Team Cheryl. Have you all fallen out? What's the story?
There's no falling out. There's literally, I think 2002, it all started that the issue. I was going solo, and then 8 years later, still in the band. But that story continues to grow. It's kind of like an avalanche. It just keeps getting more and more ridiculous and out of control. So I just keep saying the same thing over again, and hopefully if I repeat myself enough, then people
Not
might
a chance.
believe.
The press will keep doing it. It's a good story.
You see? It's a losing battle,
yeah,
so there's no point in even fighting it.
But can I take you right back to the beginning? Was it hard when you were all thrown together to actually... Because didn't you all win individually to make up a girl band? That's how it worked back in those days.
It was kind of like...
Hard to be put with people you don't know. all become friends, was it? Or
Well, it was different because it was an audition process, and there was 12 girls and 12 boys, and it was stripped down week after week. So you could, you seen your best friends and people who you shared rooms with, and their dreams getting snatched away. So it was wild dramatic every 2 weeks. And then, so by the time I think when the band actually came together, there was it wasn't even a sense of relief. It was a sense of, it was kind of bittersweet because you've seen all your friends go and it was devastating, but you were in the band, so it was like, how do you really feel about it? And then it was just, we just started working and didn't stop since then.
You now live in the States, do you?
Yes, I have a bar restaurant out in...
You live in LA?
Yes.
Tell us about it, please.
It's a bar restaurant.
Yeah.
It's on the beach and on the Pacific Coast Highway. So it's somewhere you can get loads of kind of our home comfort foods.
And have you brought your family out to run it?
Yes, they're all out there running, except for my mama, who's at the house watching. And yes, they're all out there. My younger sister, works out there, and everything's kind of... We have a bar manager from London.
And you're engaged to an ex-American gridiron footballer, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is he massively famous in America? Does everyone know who he is? Is he big?
It depends on where you go. It depends on where you go. People hear Andy football or anybody from LA. He used to play for UCLA. So people are like, oh, UCLA, and all that kind of football camaraderie stuff.
So do you think you're going to end up living? Do you think you're going to move stateside eventually, just live there, or do you think you're going to? What's going to happen?
I've always came over and back. We've been in LA for the last 4 years, my family and stuff have, and I've always travelled over and back. And I think if I was stuck in any one place, if my passport was suddenly taken away from me anywhere that I was in the world, I think I would feel a bit trapped. I would be like, oh, what am I going to do? Where do you go? Because I'm so used to bouncing between places.
And when you're out in America, do you keep abreast of what is going on over here, or do you just, sort of, in the newspapers? Because people talk about you all the time.
I don't keep abreast of the newspapers even when I'm here. It's kind of like, it's so... Sometimes it's so trashy. It's like, oh, no, I don't even want to kind of bother myself with it.
But you've just been like a whirlwind of gossip ever since Girls Aloud came together, haven't they? Every week they're writing stories about you.
Yeah, there's something in that, that kind of the thing. There has been a thing that I was leaving, or there was some kind of difference made from 2002. So it's just kind of the same thing, rehashing again and again.
Can I just ask one more question, though? Cheryl is huge, right? In this country now, she's absolutely enormous. Does that change the dynamic at all of Girls Aloud? Because she's so famous now, isn't she?
I think with Girls Aloud, the beauty of that was everybody had a role, and we didn't sit down and actually define the roles. It was just, it came very natural. Some person was the talker, some person, dealt with the lawyers or the accountants, another one dealt with something else, somebody was in the studio. So it was just it was very understood that everybody had their roles, and that was it. Everything just worked out really well.